Hey guys, so we're in the Dead Trenches, or Bownammar, or close to Bownammar. Um, so let's go. God, that's still loud.
The Legion gives no quarter. Stand into this.
That's loud in my ear. I'll have to go back and why battle is still just
settled. We'll beat them to their vile birthing grounds.
It shall be done.
okay.
Very well.
Okay. Origins-Remaster's History, Chapter 2. We are losing the war against the Darkspawn. Slowly, a few men at a time, but losing all the same. The warrior caste was dwindling with each generation as more able-bodied men perished in their prime without fathering sons. With each generation, more of the deep roads had to be sealed, more tags lost forever. The kings of Origins-Remaster watched and wondered how long it would be until nothing remained of our people but memories. And then Paragon Caridin arose from the smith caste with a new weapon, golems, giant soldiers of living stone and metal. Each one was an army. With the Paragon's golems, we began to retake the lands we hadn't lost. For a while there was hope that victory was coming. But at the height of the war, Paragon Caridin disappeared, and with him the means to make golems. Several forays were made into the deep roads to search for the Paragon, but nothing was ever found. Over time, the golems we had were damaged beyond repair, and we began our slide once again towards extinction. Origins-Remaster as a kingdom, as told by a shaper Kezbo. Something like that. Anyway, guys. Come here.
Watch out!
right. Down we go.
I shall do it.
I wonder if I've got to go get them for them to come over. Hopefully not. Yeah, oh, they're coming on their own. Very good. Saleta Nate. 913 Dragon. The Blight is a building, though it is years from being named by the surface. But the memories know its signs. The Legion has lost Bownammar. Though in truth it was lost to the living long ago. The spawn are moving freely and have the numbers even the memories haven't seen. They will surge, release. We will fortify and follow. That is the way, and will always be so, until we fall and the surface wonders what has changed. From chapter 49 of the Saleta Nate, the Stone Unheld, a commentary on the Roll of Years by Shaper Erden. Oh, I got an itch. Give me one moment, guys. Okay. So we'll come back and talk to you in a moment. Let's make sure that I don't have anything that I left down here. Oh, looks good. Okay.
Well, Grey Warden, I'll give you credit for backbone. You've dug a line through the spawn.
Thank you.
Still no sense in your head, but you've got skill.
You don't know me, dude. Tell me more about the Legion of the Dead.
We die in the eyes of our brothers so we can fight without fear. It offers redemption for the promise of the greatest sacrifice. That's all you need to know. To say more invites judgment, or worse, imitation.
You should be more concerned about the coming Blight.
Why? The other kingdoms only care when the Darkspawn march in the light. But they are always here, always pushing. Your nightmare is my everyday. Our resolve gives you a rest between blights. A surge on the surface would give us a break. When the time comes, I'll care for a good dwarven reason. Sod the rest.
Ever heard of the Anvil of the Void?
Like dusters, I've heard of respect. Never seen it. And if it exists, it wasn't meant for me. But if you're looking for paragons, you may as well look for the Anvil. And endless lyrium.
I'm leaving.
Let us know if you find any paragons. You're as likely to find a dozen as one. And Warden, watch yourself. Drunks make poor allies.
I'll keep that in mind. Saving, okay.
It is begun.
Yeah. Hey. we left anything back here. Oh, Ogren. Level up. Strength, okay. I believe that's it. Yep, okay.
Very well. As you say.
Okay. Oh, we got a rune here.
Very well.
I believe it's this one. So 7-0 storm. This war is continued in the depths, and the border tags are lost. Orgrimmar fortifies and holds, but the lost ground is not regained and remains dead space, where the darkspawn multiply. It was a surge, but the surface was not breached. There was no great archdemon behind them. No blight was declared, no rallying cry was given. The wardens slumbered. After centuries of constant skirmishes and trends became clear, the first line of defense unacknowledged for centuries weakened. Ooh, excuse me, guys. Alright, let's continue. One moment. Again with the sneezing. Yesterday it was hiccups. Today is sneezing. Alright. Let me get our stuff. Morgans. Nope.
The dark spawn have sensed us.
Go.
Excuse me while I do my happy dance.
It shall be done. I shall do it.
We'll read all this because I'm not quite sure what we have or haven't done. Orgrimmar has carved a legacy from the stone, but the history is more than the comings and goings that fill the streets. These cabins are old cuts and well traveled. The true will of the stone is revealed far from the halls of politics and commerce. The shaper must step away from the familiar and seek out revelations from the frontier or buried secrets from paths abandoned. The shaper must first walk away if he is to return. First step from the shaper's life. Far from abandoned, the deep roads are patrolled by those who fight for Orgrimmar and the stone. These defenders have seen great and tragic events unfold, but they are committed to the moment, not the memory. It is the shaper's burden to walk this path with a mind to observation. He will fight if pressed. Every dwarf owes that to the stone, but his purpose is to record, not create. Although dark and deep, the old paths are alive with deeds. Only the dedicated of the most shaper can ensure they are not lost to the memories. The old path from the shaper its life. Before the dark spawn, the stone held an empire dozen of tags, each cavern's a shade of dwarven pride. Communities separated but united. They fell by degrees. Runes crumbled into tombstones, a forgotten glory. But the stone is a living history. An absence can reveal more than constant scrutiny does. As the stone shifts, she chooses what remains buried and what must see the light. The shaper must return, must walk the lost way, so the children of the stone can see what has been surrendered and what has been gained. This is the sacrifice of the shaper's life. This one says the dead cast was still going. Friends, we have argued long, but I would propose a different direction. It is not unprecedented that one of our numbers should end up in the legions of the dead. The memories attest to some bewilling falls from grace. Only his choice to volunteer has propelled this beyond mere scandal. The question we must ask is, does this service us? The Legion has always seemed a last hope of redemption. If a noble joins their numbers, by choice no less, this can only do good things for enrollment, and we will sacrifice only foolish members, the last of the troublesome house. His reforms are better shouted at the Darkspawn than in the halls. I say let him go. This is a writ that was passed, Darius. I hope you can live with your decision because you're lost to it now. From the assembly minutes regarding the Legion of the Dead, Addendum unknown. Archdemon. In the darkness internal they search for those who had gold him on, until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer. The sleeping dragon Dumont, their taint twisted even the false god and whispered, awoke at last in pain and horror and led them to wreak havoc upon all nations of the world. The first blight, Therides 7. The false dragon gods of Tevinter Imperium lies buried deep within the earth, where they have been imprisoned since the Maker cast them down. No one knows what it is that drives the Darkspawn in their relentless search for the sleeping old gods. Perhaps it is instinct, as a moth would fly into a torch flames. Perhaps there is some remnant of desire for vengeance upon the ones who goaded the Magisters to assault the heavens. Whatever the reasons, when Darkspawn find one of these ancient dragons, it is immediately afflicted by the taint. It awakens twisted and corrupted and leads the Darkspawn in a full-scale invasion of the land, a blight, Ermethal was once the divinity god of beauty. In ancient times, he was worshipped by musicians, artists, and poets. The Feast of Ermethal was the grandest celebration of the year, an event that had lasted a full 12 days. Plays and entire symphonies were written in his honor. Now he is a maddened husk of his former self, filled with nothing but a desire to destroy all life. So interesting to learn about the old gods and what they were once before. I hope that continues in Veilguard, but give me a moment
It's
here.
a trap.
We're going to talk about the Veilguard a little bit when we get a free moment here. Or maybe we'll wait until the next we'll get that in 1 minute. Good job. Okay, so Veilguard. I know there's been mixed reviews. I know that when we thought that was coming out, it was supposed to be really about a continuation of Inquisition, or at least that's what we thought. But as we come to terms with what they have posted, you're only getting 3 choices. Let's see, can I remember what choices? If you swear to kill Solus, or if you plan on to reason with him, who your romance was, and then I don't remember really what the other one was, but shoot, I lost. Okay, this one. But it only gives you 3, which, I mean, I'm glad we can do it in-game, but to be honest, you know, there's a reason why we love Dragon Age so much, and the series is the character development, all the characters throughout years, how they are tied from each Dragon series to another, some of the things that come back, like Inquisition, we'll see Hawk later. Sometimes in Dragon Age 2 they talk about the Origins. You get to see characters throughout Origins go through the next 2 games. I mean, it's a constant revolution. I know they're planning on bringing Harding, maybe Morgan, and maybe Inquisition. But I don't know. I'm so torn, but I'm still excited. I'm still planning on playing it if I get enough money saved, just because I did buy a bunch of other ones before the Veilguard was announced. And Halloween's coming up, so there is that for me to spend money on too. But we will definitely try to get Veilguard videos started as soon as possible, but probably not right away. We'll get through these series first, and then we'll take on the Veilguard. Give me 1 moment, guys. Dearest Gilly, I know things have been difficult since the censure of our home. I hope to bear the cost of my actions alone, but I have had a full understanding of the consequences. I wouldn't have murdered above my caste in the first place. I did not abandon you lightly, but I knew of no other way to insult you against my shame than by joining the Legion. It is a half measure that has earned me no right to seek your comfort, but please, I beg you for one moment of a foolish optimism. There is talk of a new soldier, a noble. The things I've heard, I will not curse them by voicing them aloud, but it may be a path to a respectable for my king. For you, if there remains any official line opening to our name, can you verify that he is real? The house Fereld is a good stead. A good steed. A letter from Manus unsent. Okay.
I shall do it.
Yeah, so I guess I wouldn't have been so like confused and conflicted if they wouldn't have said, oh, this is a continuation, but kind of a newer slate for the northern of Thedas. But I am going to hold full judgment until it comes out because I'm still very excited. I'm still planning on playing it. And I'm excited what they decide and what they don't decide on that, I guess. Stop running from me.
Now you fall!
Nice save, dog.
Let's do it quick!
Perfect. Nothing? Okay.
It's a trap.
Alright, it's gonna get loud. I still haven't figured out how to undo that trap.
It is begun.
You know.
And let's save quick. First.
It is begun. It shall be done.
Ooh, nice. We were just trying to get up there. Alright.
I shall do it. It is begun.
Around we go. Another quick save here. And another fight. As soon as we get halfway down, I believe.
It shall be done. By the Maker! Very well.
Everybody did good? Alright. Alright. More fight.
Miss! I shall do it. Very well.
On you go.
Hey! Quickly!
Oh, I hate that. So much for not yawning. May this report find the proper eyes to affect future tactics. We've found an enclave of the spawn, possibly a breeding lair, but we could make no approach. There were far more spawns than anticipated, and I divided the squad to draw the main body of the horde away. I do not expect to survive, but I have made certain that most of my men will see another day. I am torn by this, as my petition will go unheard, and that may curse many more of the Legion than would die here. But I simply cannot abandon the man I have looked in the eye and called brother. Perhaps they will not thank me for this, believing themselves already dead, but where there is life, there is hope. I will not be the last to see see their worth. From a recovered Legion of the Dead field report by Lord Donis Fereld. Okay. And I don't care about controls. Okay.
I shall do it.
First day they come.
Everyone.
It is begun. I shall do it. It shall be done.
Second day, they beat us. Fifth day, they return, and it's another girl's turn. Sixth day, her screams we hear. Seventh day, she grew as in her mouth they speak.
Gross. Come on. Go get him.
It shall be done.
Alright, pup. We'll be
It is
almost
begun.
over.
Very well.
There we go.
Eighth day, we hated as she is violated. Ninth day, she grins.
I'll be right back, guys. Okay.
Now she does feast. As she... First day, they come and catch everyone. Second day, they beat us. What is this? A human? Bland and unlikely. Feeding time brings only kin and clan. I am cruel to myself. You are a dream of strangers' faces and open doors.
Is this Darkspawn corruption? It looks different.
Corruption. The men did that. Their wounds festered, and their minds left. They are like dogs, marched ahead, the first to die. Not us, not me, not Laren. We are not cut. We are fed. Friends, and flesh, and blood, and bile, and all I could do was wish Laren went first. I wished it upon her so that I would be spared. But I had to watch. I had to see the change. How do you endure that? How did Branka endure?
Are you from Branka's house?
Do not talk of Branka, of what she did. Ancestors preserve us. Forgive me. I was her captain, and I didn't stop her. Her lover, and I could not turn her. Forgive her. But no, she cannot be forgiven. Not for what she did. Not for what she has become.
When did you see her last?
No more than a few breaths, but longer than an eon. It was long enough. Long enough to miss her. To love her again. To hate her more than ever. No. I swore not to speak of it. Not to think of it. La, 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 la. I will not hear any more about Branka.
I can end this. Tell me what I need to know.
End this? I am full of them, only a step from Laren. I dream I am away, but real safety, that means accepting. And I will not. I will not become what I have seen. Not Laren, not Branka.
What happened here? Branka has to explain this. She has to.
Is it certain we need to be here? This cannot end well.
I'm certain we gotta be here, Shale. Let's do
She
this.
became obsessed. That is the word, but it is not strong enough. Blessed stone, there was nothing left in her but the anvil.
Darkspawn!
Let's do it.
It shall be done. Quickly! Do not fight! Let's be wary!
It was a cool glitch and it got away. Notes. Let's see. Load limit reached. Mass will have an effect, he says, as long as lifts us out, I figure. Should have been pacified within my lifetime. It gives us time to talk, he says. How's a dwarf to get named Shepherd? Up year shaft. No, really, because blah blah blah. Axe answers, but I still hear him. Drip, ground, worse than his talking. I think I'll drop out for some air. Expert Dwarven verse in 1 volume. Selection. Low limit reached. Anonymous stretching recovered from a cage hoist eventually.
We tried to escape, but they found us.
Excuse me.
Bownammar. I thought it would have fallen into dust by now.
Oh, I can just imagine how grand this fortress must have been before the Darkspawn took it.
This is a holy place. Do I remember? I'm not sure.
It is begun.
The Gugshade. The stone has a will that surrounds and directs. She guides even when we are fully blind to her influence, but she is not pure. The stone bears a corruption as old as balance. For the dwarves to prosper, the gangle, the waste, the unstable rock must be cut away. But like the stone, the Ganga also has an influence. Each of us must face this, must carve the worst of ourselves away, but the Legion of the Dead bears a unique responsibility. Only the fully adorned of the Legion can face the Ganga, can cut into the darkness that afflicts the raw stone. She encircles us, and we must protect her when the darkness meets the light. A Legend of the Dead inscription, undated. Alright, I think it's this one. Casually, Doris Farrell, lieutenant, found dead with his squad. The corpse was left untouched, suggesting that the Darkspawn feared his spirit even in death. His ferocity defending his men was corroborated by survivors before they succumbed to corruption. It is rare for a soldier's actual death to exceed the honors given at his enlistment, but Farrell was an odd one, an agitator. His eccentric promises were disruptive, and I fear his death may demoralize more of the Legion than actually heard his fantasies firsthand. He was committed to the stone with his insignia. As an honor, a burial we can manage with the spawn at our heels, but officially he has formed a second front. Better his foolish hopes are diluted by time than killed outright. From a bi-weekly casualty report by Sergeant Unger. Fight.
More enemies ahead! Skill has won the day!
Oh, let's see if this goes.
Very well. It shall be done.
Oh well.
It shall be done.
I give up. Not gonna worry about it.
Men, they kill.
You again.
They want to touch, to move. You are killed with them. They took Laren. They made her eat the others.
Very
Our
well.
Friends.
Alright, 310 Towers. They named it a blight, the third by the reckoning. It was just the fight to our ancestors, continuing even through its shifts settling. The hordes that pressed the border surge and release, spilling across the surface. They fortified and follow. It was not their way to let the enemy rest. 325 Towers. The Surface Kingdom declared victory. The horde is crushed. The push halted, and the celebrations begin as humans thank the skies and their maker. Beneath their gaze and feet, the Darkspawn retreat to the steps of our tags. New front lines are drawn across old. They settle in to breed, the memories say, as happened twice before and unlikely in the darkness before that. From chapter 14 and 17 of Salt of Night, The Stone Unheld, a commentary on the roles of the years by Shaper Engine.
She tore off her husband's face.
Save and game.
And while she ate, she grew. She swelled and turned gray.
If proven, the lineage of the dead cast house symbol could lead to the Legion of the Dead being considered a form of noble house in its own right. Must be entered into the memories.
And she
Claim
smelled
that
like
test.
It is begun. As you say.
More of them. Brood mother.
Brood mother. Save. We heard brood mother. So now we're saving. Hello, ugly. It still doesn't get any better. Oh, you must win.
Let's end this quickly.
There we go. And I'm fun. Here they come. Hey, Wen, do me a favor. Take care of him, would you?
I shall do it. This has gone well.
That's where they come from. That's why they hate us. That's why they need us. That's why they take us. That's why they feed us. But the true abomination is not that it occurred, but that it was allowed. Branka, my love. The stone has punished me, dream friend. I am dying of something worse than death. Betrayal.
Brood mothers, or mother. It is well known that Darkspawn carry off those captured in their raids to the underground layers. Most assume that the prisoners are eaten or somehow tainted and turned into Darkspawns themselves, though this could never account for the sheer numbers of the horde. Forays made by the Grey Wardens into the underground have uncovered the answer. The exposed to the Darkspawn taint, men are driven mad and eventually die. Women, however, undergo great pain and gross mutations that cause most of them to perish. Those that survive, however, become the grotesque brood mothers. These giant, twisted behemoths birth many Darkspawn at a time. A single brood mother can create thousands of Darkspawn over the course of her lifetime. Each type of Darkspawn is born from a different brood mother. Humans produce Herlocks, Dwarvens produce Genlocks, Elves give birth to the Shrieks, and from the Quinori are born the Ogres. That is gross and weird, and yeah. So the Genlocks are from dwarves, Herlocks from humans, Elves, Shrieks, which kind of, now that you look through, you know, all the different Darkspawn, it's kind of like, yeah, I can see that. The time that they took to create that kind of thing is nothing but impressive.
It is begun.
Okay, we're going back to Origins-Remaster-Alara here. And once we reach over there, we'll save and end this episode, and then we'll head back the next time we come back for the next episode. See you guys next time. Bye now.